Hey guys, so as I film this, my Bengals just lost to the Chicago Bears. It was a very pitiful effort from the Bengals, and their season is now mathematically over. They will not be heading to the playoffs, so there will only be one more Bengal Graphs 2017 video after this. This is part 3, so without any further ado, let's hop right into it. The first autograph I got for this part 3, was from Bengals line. Eric Winston had just come back to the team. They had re-signed him after Jake Fisher's season ended due to a heart condition that he needed surgery on. So they brought back Eric Winston. He was the guest at Bengals line, and he signed my football for me, and he also signed the banner. And then the next day at Beyond the Stripes, the guest was George Iloka. He is a safety that the Bengals have. I like him a lot. I think he's a really good player. And I already have him on the ball and on the banner, so he just signed a picture they had there they were giving out, and you can see his autograph right there. Kind of by his head, it's right there, so you can see what it looks like. Trying to avoid the reflection, but yeah, there is Iloka's autograph on the picture that they're handing out at Beyond the Stripes. The next week, the guests at Bengals line were Clint Bowling and Hardy Nickerson. So Bowling's already on the banner, so he just signed the football for me, and then Nickerson signed both the football and he also signed the banner. And then the next day, the guest at Beyond the Stripes was Darquez Denard, cornerback out of Michigan State. And I think we drafted him in 2015, I think. So he's been on the team for a while. He's getting better with his coverage the more he plays, I think. And he signed the banner for me, which you can see right there. And then he also signed this picture that they're handing out. So you can see what the picture looks like, and then he has his autograph across his chest right there. So yeah, that was Darquez Denard, first time he was ever at Beyond the Stripes. After that, I actually went to the game that week. The Bengals were taking on the Browns in the Battle of Ohio. The Bengals thoroughly won. Well, it wasn't a thorough beating. It was a comfortable one. There were some close moments, but the Bengals ended up beating the Browns as they should have. But Icky Woods was also there. He was part of some Sprint booth that they had, the Sprint, the phone service company, and he was signing autographs and get your picture taken with him and whatnot. So, yeah, he signed this picture. They had these little pictures made up. You can see where he signed it right there next to a black and white photo of Icky Woods from his playing days. So that was a nice little bonus from the Bengals game, getting to meet Icky Woods. The next week, I just went to Beyond the Stripes, where the guest was Alex Erickson. He is a wide receiver, but he's also their main punt returner, kick returner dude. And it looks like he just signed this picture for me. So here is the picture. You see Erickson right there, and then his autograph right there. So yeah, there is Alex Erickson's autograph on the picture. Looks good. Yeah, so that was Beyond the Stripes. That was the third Beyond the Stripes. So after that, it was another home game. The Bengals were getting ready to face the Steelers, I think. Yeah, the Steelers on that Monday night. So after Erickson Tuesday, the legends they had at the shop, they all signed my banner. Let me pull it up. Who signed the banner actually? There's a lot of them there, so bear with me when I try to find them all. Okay, so on the banner from that Bengals legend signing, it was Jim Breach, Marvin Cobb, Mike Goff, David Grant, ML Harris, Rodney Holman, Scott Perry, Dennis Rowland, Solomon Wilcots, Icky Woods, and Eric Thomas. So they all signed the banner, and then I also printed off pictures of who I thought were the biggest legends there, the ones I was more interested in getting their autographs of. So I printed off a picture of Jim Breach. He's the best kicker in franchise history. I think he was ranked number 5 on the Bengals top 50 list. So you can see there's a picture of Breach, and then his autograph. You can see is under his leg, his kicking leg. You can see that right there. And then after Breach, I also printed off a picture of Solomon Wilcots. He was on one of the Bengals Super Bowl teams. Also spent a lot of time announcing for the NFL on CBS. So I printed out this picture of him, and he was kind enough to sign it for me as well. So you can see his signature by his face right there. And then, of course, if Icky Woods is going to be there, you cannot have Icky Woods not sign something. So I printed off a picture of Icky Woods, and Tim doing the icky shuffle. You can see he signed it in blue right across his legs. Cool looking autograph on a really nice looking picture. It really looks good together. So that was the Bengals legend signing before the Steeler game. And then after that, I went to the Holy Grail for Beyond the Stripes. And that same day, they were also filming or broadcasting, if you will, the Reds Hot Stove League show. So it's this winter show that the Reds do a few weeks during the winter before spring training. And the guest they had that day was Doug Flynn. Now, Doug Flynn was a member of the Big Red Machine team. He's currently on the Reds broadcast team. He wasn't really a guest. He was assisting with the broadcasting duties. So since Doug Flynn was there, I decided to print off a picture of him and get an autograph before Beyond the Stripes started. So here's a picture of Doug Flynn, and he signed it. You can't miss his autograph. He signed it really big across the picture. Looks good. So yeah, anytime you get a World Series Championship Reds autograph, can't go wrong there. And then, as I said, Beyond the Stripes started immediately right at the Reds Hot Stove League ended at the same bar. So AJ McCarron was the guest, and he just signed this picture for me. You can see it's a cool looking picture. He's throwing the ball. You can see his autograph across his uniform, and it's from this year because you can see the Bengals 50 logo on his jersey. So yeah, there is the AJ McCarron jersey. Don't know if he'll be back next year. There's like a arbitration type of thing with him, and then who knows, he may even be starting. That remains to be seen for next year. So after AJ McCarron, the last signing for this episode of Bengal Grass 2017 was another legend signing, and the legends here, this was more of my generation of Bengals. When I was a kid and when I was a teenager watching the Bengals, a lot of players featured at this signing were from that era for me watching the Bengals. So the Bengals at this signing were, these guys all signed the banner. It was Willie Anderson, Michael Bankston, Ed Brady, Blair Bush, Corey Dillon, Larry Eli, or it's Larry Ellie, I'm not too entirely sure, Tim George, Rudy Johnson, Ricardo McDonald, Jeremy Miles, and Brian Simmons. So they all signed the banner, and then of course printed out pictures. I printed out 5 because Peter Warrick was supposed to be there. He was a wide receiver we got out of Florida State. Everybody knows about Peter Warrick. And he was supposed to be there. I was stoked that he was going to be there, but unfortunately his flight got delayed, so he wasn't there. So he didn't sign the banner or the picture, obviously. But the pictures I did get signed from the biggest Bengals that I remember watching as a child or as a kid and teenager. Brian Simmons, see his autograph right there. Signed it on his uniform. Yeah, that's a picture of Brian Simmons I printed out. They signed for me. And then Big Willie Anderson. He was a really good offensive lineman for the Bengals back in the day. So you can see his autograph, Willie, and then number 71 across the picture right there. And then probably the 2 biggest names from that day were Rudy Johnson. You know, Rudy, can't go wrong there. So there's Rudy Johnson, signed his autograph on his leg. Really cool picture right there. And then the biggest name that day, Corey Dillon, by far the best Bengals running back I've probably ever seen. He was on the team in the 90s when we were terrible, but he's still putting up incredible numbers. Later on to the Patriots, won a Super Bowl. His relationship with the Bengals didn't really end on the best terms, but I guess they're mending fences, so he's coming back, and he was at the signing. So here is Corey Dillon on a picture, and as I said, he also signed the banner, but you can see his autograph on his legs. So I was really happy to get Corey Dillon because, as I said, he was by far the best player of the 90s for the Bengals. And yeah, that was all I had for you. So that was Bengal Grass 2017 Part 3. There's all the autographs I've gotten so far. And it looks like there's a month left for the Bengals 2017 campaign. They will not be making the playoffs, so there will only be 4 more weeks of Bengals autographs. I think there's 1 more Bengals legend signing. I'll try to go to that. And then Beyond the Stripes and maybe Bengals line for the rest of the year. So that's all I got for you. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you give me a follow on Twitter and check out my website. Links to both of those are in the description below. I have a ton of content on my website, cincyfanzone.blogspot.com. All these pictures from the autograph signings and all the autographs and all the autographs on the banners, they're on their respective pages on the website, so feel free to check those out. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.